Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today we're taking a look at all my recent pickups and stuff. These are figures that I would review, but I either got them late, or I didn't have the time, or something else came out, or it was just a quick little thing that I did in terms of customs or sprucing up a figure. And I want to make more videos like this because I have a lot of, as I've shown on the channel, I have a lot of kit bashes and customs and stuff that I make, and I like showing those off because I think they're cool and it, could give someone an idea to spruce up their collection as well. So yeah, let's start off with, let's see, yeah, we'll start off with Legends because that's the least amount of stuff that's here. So I finally was able to pick up the Marvel Legends Retro Wave Black Panther. This has been a figure that I have wanted since it came out, and I only saw it one time, but I couldn't get it at that time, and I'd never saw it since. And actually at a decent price. It was like $5 more than normal. And the only time I saw it was at GameStop, and that was, $25 at GameStop because GameStop is way overpriced. And yeah, so I was able to do that, and I'm so happy to have this. I actually glued his necklace down because it was, jumping up. Every time I tried to pose him, it would always fray out and all that stuff. But you can kind of see the glue a little bit. But it's very nice. I very much enjoy this. I think this is cool. It has a nice blue pearlescent swirly twirly plastic, like a black swirly twirly with blue in it. It looks really good. I really enjoy it. Has decent articulation. I wish they would make a new Black Panther though on the on the new Spider-Man body, or make like a bigger Spider-Man body, because we need like a Daredevil on that body, we need a Black Panther, we need like all the super agile characters on that. And then now taking a look at the other Marvel Legend thing, Dr. Doom. I finally got Doom a cape, and I got this from GPS Lot over on eBay, so you should definitely go check them out because they make some really good stuff. This is the battle damaged Dr. Doom cape, and I wanted to get the battle damaged one because, as cool as it would be to have like a basic one, it's not the same, to have a little bit of wear and tear on it, a little bit of a worn Dr. Doom. He's been leading for a long time. He's gone through some hell with his country and all that stuff. But it has the chains on the front. The color matches almost perfectly. It's wired, and it has like the frays at the bottom, has the brown wash on it and the tears in it and all that stuff. It's a fantastic piece. I really enjoyed it. It definitely spruces up Dr. Doom because, it's just a normal cape that's just a plastic cape that's flowing on the original version, but then you put him like this and it looks so regal. It looks fancy. He looks big old fancy. And he just looks a lot more threatening. And now looking over the other stuff that I got, this is all McFarlane stuff, which it didn't even mean for this to be the case, but it just ended up being that way. I was originally going to do a review on Robin, and then I was originally going to do a review on The Drowned, and I almost picked up the Death Metal Batman, but I decided not to get that. I was going to do a review on all three of those, either individually or all together, and it didn't happen. Some other stuff came out and all that. I wanted to make some other videos, all that good stuff. But let's take a look at Murder Machine, because I found him, and I finally pulled the trigger on him because I've been wanting to get him, but I don't know. He doesn't really interest me. There's certain ones from the what is it called? I'm drawing a blank right now. From the comic series that it's from, of the Batman Who Laughs, like Justice League. And I don't know, this design is okay in the comics. It's not my favorite design of all of the members of the team, but it's cool. I like it. It's a nice figure. Comes with an accessory of like tentacles that are all splayed out and stuff. It's pretty cool. But I like the head sculpt and stuff on this. This looks very nice. I like the kind of gunmetal wash that it has. I think there could be more paint on here. I think they kind of cheaped out a little bit on the paint. Also, forgive me, I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit. So if my voice starts to go through this, or I'm talking a little quiet, that's kind of why. I don't know why. I feel like I'm losing my voice. A figure that I was very pleasantly surprised by was the Drowned. She can't stand very well, because admittedly, I started to film a review on her, but I couldn't get her to stand on my diorama, and it pissed me off so much that I was like, okay, you know what? You're not getting reviewed, because otherwise I would have just complained the entire time that she couldn't stand, which is unfair because this figure, other than that problem, because you can see I have her on her McFarlane stand, I can get her to stand on like flat ground. It's just, you got to be a little careful. But whenever you try to get her to stand on the styrofoam dioramas and stuff that I have, it doesn't work out as well as you'd want. But the detail on this is very nice. I've seen people that have repainted stuff. I didn't even realize that she had this like kind of nick on her face, this like huge scar. I'm really surprised that McFarlane didn't paint that. Same with the inside of the bat, or add like a wash to the seaweed kind of kelp skirt piece. But this is pretty good. I may give it, you know, some more paint detail myself, because now I've gotten into the world of customizing more because I've found paints that are good for it. And you will actually see a video probably in the next couple weeks. I made a custom figure that I didn't plan on making at first, and it just kind of, I like saw the pieces and I went, holy crap, that would actually make a really good insert name here. And I went crazy with it. I went the full extent. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go the whole 9 yards. I'm gonna try to make a complete custom figure. And I did. I painted every little thing on the figure was painted by me, and I will show you that in a couple weeks. And I'm very proud of it. I don't know how many people will watch it, but I, you know, hope that the people that have stuck around on this channel for a long time will watch it, because it's a very, very near and dear to me property, and very near and dear to my heart figure. So yeah, but I like the trident that she comes with. I hope that we get a different trident with when we get an Aquaman someday, you know, because we still need Aquaman, we still need Wonder Woman. I don't understand why we haven't gotten Wonder Woman yet. Like, why is it so hard for companies to make a comic Wonder Woman? Why is that so difficult? I don't understand. Literally my favorite DC character, and no company has made a comic Wonder Woman that is decent. Barely any comic Wonder Woman figures have been made in general, but barely any that are good, you know, whenever they do make them. Like the DC Essentials was the closest one. I could never get that. I couldn't find it anywhere in stock, because that would have been perfect. So she would have fit perfectly with this line of figures and that, and would have been a nice placeholder until we got the McFarlane version. Anyway, I'm rambling about that. This is really good though. I like the detail. She got her hair windswept. She actually has green detailing in her hair. It would have been kind of cool to get a black wash on this, but I like this figure. It's a very fun figure. And then Damien's very fun. This figure, I was very surprised. I saw someone online and they were complaining about it. They were like, it's single jointed. Oh my God, why would they do that? And I mean, honestly, a little bit. Yeah, why'd they make this double jointed? Or why didn't they make this double jointed rather? Because like, it's not because of the thinness of the arms, because the Drowned, her arms are thinner than Damien's, and they could have been double jointed. But honestly, you can still get him into, you can still go way past 90 for that, and you can get across his torso. You can get the sword into 2 hands. His knees can go 90, all that stuff. Also, one thing to note if you do buy this figure, 1, it's a fantastic figure. 2, his torso is very tight, but you can get him to crunch forward and stuff. So you can do that and then go back. Because I've seen people talk about it and they're like, oh, he's completely stiff. You just got to force it a little bit. Don't be afraid to force a little bit. Just don't do it too much until you, like, don't, you know, force it till you hear a pop, because then you probably broke it or took the pegs apart. Because I've done that with the comic Joker. It was easy to just pop it back into place, but I hid like his entire inner workings just kind of fell out of the figure, and I like looked at it and I was like, oh my God, no. But it was fine. I was able to just literally piece him back together like friggin' 2 Lego pieces, and it worked. So, and now actually, yeah, we'll save Batman for last. I recently got into Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 11 is what got me into it. And I couldn't get the original versions, and I didn't really want the original versions, if I'm going to be completely honest, because I liked how they looked, but I really liked how this 2-pack looked, and of Lord Raiden and Scorpion, and the likenesses on these are fantastic to the game. I mean, look at this. This looks just like he does in the video game, and all the different detailing. I mean, you can always expect detail and great paintwork from McFarlane, always. The articulation on these is pretty decent. I was a little scared when I came to Scorpion, because this top sheath was a pain in the ass to get in, but you know, I got it in. It took me a little while. I used a nail file actually to expand the hole so I could actually put the sheath itself in without breaking it. The only problem is that the shoulder pads are a little high from being in the box, but these are cool. They have really great articulation. They have great detailing. They fit in perfectly, because everything McFarlane does pretty much fits in all together. So if you want to have DC versus Mortal Kombat, which actually was a game, and for those of you who do not know, and you could do The Witcher versus Mortal Kombat, Witcher versus DC, Witcher versus Spawn, because actually I have the Spawn from Mortal Kombat. So technically speaking, that was my first Mortal Kombat figure, but these are my first Mortal Kombat character figures. And I absolutely love these, and I really, like, as soon as I, like, got the, you know, played the story and all that stuff, and everything that went on with that, I fell in love with so many of the different characters. I plan on buying like as many of the characters as I can of the ones that I liked. Some of them haven't even been like made yet, like Sonya, Cassie, Jax, Jackie, older version of Johnny Cage, Oh, Kung Lao, he's such one that I'm so surprised at. He was one, I loved him in Mortal Kombat 11. I don't know, he was barely in it, but I just loved his sassy personality against Liu Kang, and then the three of them with Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and Katana. I loved their whole dynamic. And now for the final piece, Batman, this Batman himself. I actually made this yesterday from when I'm recording this, and I'm actually very proud of this because I've had the DC Essentials head and figure for a long time, but I took the head off because well, actually that's not true. I didn't take the head off. As soon as I bought that figure when it came out, way back when DC Direct was still around, it snapped right out of the box. Right out of the box. First figure that I got from DC Essentials, and boom, pegs snapped clean off because they were literally the width of a toothpick. And I was so pissed. I was so pissed. Because, I was very excited about that line, and that just completely turned me away from it. And then I had like 4 other figures that broke from the line too. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not getting into this. Their proportions are too big, or too out of whack, and the heads keep breaking. So piss off, But I loved the head sculpt on Batman. And I've been trying to find a McFarlane figure that I could put the head on. And I did some figure surgery and stuff, and I got this peg on here. I got this head on here, and I painted it black, because you can kind of see a little bit of the blue through it, which I kind of liked because I only put 1 coat of black on here. And I was like, all right, I'll probably put a 2nd coat on because it didn't cover all the way. And then I saw it in like how it looked in the light and all that, because it has like a nice blue kind of wash to it, just ever so slightly that you really can't notice it unless you're looking for it. And I really like how it looks. Sadly, I did kind of mess up the paint a little bit on the cheek here. Crazy enough, whenever I was painting this, I didn't mess up the eyes at all. It's weird that I messed up the cheek right here, but I didn't mess up the eyes. I literally got paint all the way up to this edge. As you can tell, there's like a tiny bit of blue, but for the most part, it looks great. And I kind of made this as a sort of, I want to see if I can make a cool comic Batman, but I also wanted to make a kind of what I think Robert Pattinson's final bat suit will look like when he goes full Batman. So I pretty much took the Arkham Knight base body. I took the Arkham Asylum hands because I took the Arkham Knight hands and I put those on Red Hood, and I refused to take those off of there because they just look so good and they fixed that figure up perfectly. And then I took the Punisher leg holster and I put it on here because he has the holster for his grappling hook. So yeah, I pretty simple kit bash. Well, it was a pain in the ass to get the peg and all that stuff right, because I tried to trim the peg ever so slightly just to make it, because it sat a little high, and I was like, oh man, that doesn't fit perfectly. And then I had, from the custom that I was talking about earlier in the video, I had the original neck peg for that, and I popped that on the figure, like just by accident. I looked at it, I'm like, just for shits and gigs, I'm just gonna put this on here, see how it looks, because it may work, it probably won't, whatever. Did on there, perfect fit. And I was like, son of a bitch, I went through an hour of like trying to get this peg to fit perfectly, and then there was one sitting right in front of me the whole time. But that's how it works. So yeah, let me know what you all think about this type of video in the comments below, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya. Actually, wait, don't go. Next review is going to be the Mafex upgraded suit Spider-Man from Far From Home. So yeah, that's the next video that's coming, because that figure should be here by the end of the week. So yay, thumbs up. All right, and bye.